nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the fun line. Ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming.
Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Now that we've arrived here, I would not change a thing. Knew that we'd survive here and all the goodness we would bring. Of this I sing. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the front line. Ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine, everybody join the front line. Ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming.
Home is with you wherever that may be.
Now that we've arrived here, I would not change a thing. Knew that we'd survive here and all the goodness we would bring. Of this I sing. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming.
Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along this morning for our Ordinary Council meeting, the 21st of the 4th, 27th, sorry, of the 4th. Just firstly, I'd just like to acknowledgement to country. I would like to begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet today, the Darumbal people, and pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. I extend that respect to the neighbouring Aboriginal peoples within our local government area, the Gungaloo Nation people, the Barada, Kabalbara and Yetamarala people, and also acknowledge the Torres Strait Islander people whose land is in the Torres Strait but who live and work on Aboriginal land. Councillors, moving on to apologies and leave of absence. We have a leave of absence for Councillor Fisher. And Councillor Smith is on WebEx. Morning, Councillor Smith. And Councillor Mathers, haven't heard anything, but I'll leave that open at this point. I'm sure he's on his way. Confirmation of the previous minutes, councillors. Could I seek a mover and a seconder with regards to those confirmations as true and correct record? Councillor Wickerson, second, and Councillor Kirkland. I'll put that. Those in favour? Against? Carried. And also a separate set of minutes that were from the 20th of April. I'd seek a mover and a seconder to confirm those minutes, please. Oh, Councillor Smith and then seconded Councillor Kirkland. So I'll put that. Those in favour? Against? Carried. Thanks very much, councillors. Moving on to declarations of interest in matters on the agenda. Morning, Councillor Mathers. Councillors, are there any declarations? I don't see any lights on, so if there is anything that comes up during the discussions or throughout the course of the meeting, please let us know. We can deal with it at that point. Public deputation forums nil, presentation of petitions nil, and councillor delegate reports nil. So we'll move straight on to officers' reports. Officers' report 9.1, the 2021 Rockhampton Agricultural Show Committee.
I think we've got Annette online.
Annette, good morning. Hopefully we've got our IT all sorted. It is, it's good.
Are you there, Greg?
Greg, are you there? I see they're there, but they're not. They mightn't be hearing us. Oh, there's Annette. Annette, would you like to present that?
Sorry.
No, you're right. Would you like to present that report for us this morning, please?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, Mayor, councillors. Yes, this report is to outline the need, obviously, to update the committee for the 2021 show. The outgoing committee that was formed for the 2019 show included Tony Cullen as chair in his role as GM of Advance Rockhampton, and Zach Garvin also, but was with his role with Empire and Edge Apartments, not with the council. So we're standing that we would like to replace those roles with myself coming in as chair of that committee, and with the addition of Damien Massingham, who's the general manager of Frenchville Sports Club. He worked with us on the 2019 show in some capacity and has showed an interest in the past in being more involved, and adds a business element to that show committee, along with Councillor Ellen Smith, Mr. Rod Green and Peter Curtis from the Show Society. So it rounds out that committee. So I'm just looking for a approval to move forward with the new committee so that we can commence with them as part of the 2021 show.
Okay, thanks very much, Annette. Pretty straightforward recommendation there. Councillor Smith, did you want to make any comment as part of that committee member?
No, I'm very happy with that.
Okay.
Thanks. Great committee. Time's running out, but I'm sure we'll have a meeting soon. So, yeah, great recommendation. Thanks, Annette.
And that's the case with always with the inaugural events or events that we haven't done before. It's a bit of nervous times, but once they've gone through that process, then it's pretty easy to keep up and deliver on another one. But that said, there's a lot of work that goes on in the background in preparing those events. So good luck with the 2021 Rocky Show. So I'll seek a mover and a seconder with regards to those recommendations. Move Councillor Kirkland, second Councillor Mathers. Put that. Those in favour? Against? Carried unanimously. Thanks very much, Annette.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Move on to the budget, governance and other matters. 9.2. Budget summary management report for the period ending the 31st of March 2021. Thanks very much, Marnie.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Good morning, councillors and Mayor and other attendees. So presented is the summary budget management report for the period ended 31st of March 2021. It's recommended that the report be received. You will note that the total operating revenue is at 90% of the revised budget, with key components contributing to this percentage being rates and utility charges at 97% of the budget, having been levied and due and payable on the 24th of February. Private works and recoverable works are at 80% of the budget due to higher than budgeted bulk water sales and the timing of works done by the civil operations teams for main roads. And grants and subsidies budgets are behind at 56%. This is due to the timing of the federal assistance grant. Our interest revenue is ahead of budget at 86%, which historically remains ahead of budget for the first 6 months of the financial year and moves closer to the budget in the second half. However, this is tracking quite well. And other revenue items are in proximity to the budget. In relation to the operating expenditure, 70% of the revised budget is where it's currently sitting. Contractors and consultants are at 61%. Asset operational is at 69%. And administrative expenses are at 51%, attributable to reduced activity for councils, venues and events. Rocky Nats was held in early April, but the expenditure for this event is yet to be forthcoming through the books. So we'll see that flowing through probably in the April reporting, and other expenses are sitting around the 49%. So overall it's travelling quite well in terms of our actuals to budget for 2021. Our capital income is at 65%. This is in line with the budget expectations, with the majority of the capital revenue budgeted to be received from grants and subsidies that are tied to those particular projects that we're undertaking. And our capital expenditure is at 56%. The major projects, such as the Art Gallery and the airport, are progressing well, and you'll see that the capital program, over $12 million was spent during March this year, which has seen that expenditure level increase, and it's anticipated to increase as the work continues over the last 3 months of the financial year. Investments are sitting at $85.5 million, so that's our cash at bank as at the 31st of March, and our loans are around the $121 million as at the end of the month. So presented to you. If there's any questions, happy to take that.
Thanks very much, Marnie. Any questions, councillors? Councillor Rutherford, question?
Yes, thanks, Marnie. I was just wondering, with the rates and utility charges, we're about $5 million
Yes.
behind there.
That would be to do with the last quarter for water to be levied, so our actual water usage charges to come in yet. So the final quarter has to be recognised, and that should then bring that within budget, I would expect, based on the current figures that we're seeing for actuals over the last 3 quarters for water utilisation through the year.
Thank you very much. And one more, Mr.
Yes,
Mayor, if you
Councillor
don't mind, and that was probably just around the contractors and consultants. The budget, the revised budget was increased quite significantly, I think 1.3 million. Is there something you can give us about why that increase was there in that item?
Councillor Rutherford, I think that was to do with the plans for the botanics and the master planning and things like that. I'm pretty sure those consultancy budgets were increased to reflect that additional expenditure in preparation of the next financial year.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Councillors, yeah, we're at after three-quarters of the year gone through now, and everything's mostly in line with our expectations. It's good to see. Just watching those airport numbers come through, they seem to be improving, which is positive, but it's always something there we need to be mindful of moving forward with snap lockdowns and so forth that could impact on the budget going forward. But that's out of our hands. We just have to manage that as we go forward. But if there are no further questions with regards to that recommendation, I'm happy to move and seek a seconder. Seconded Councillor Latcham. I'll put that. Those in favour? Against? Carried. Thanks very much, Marnie. Councillors, we have a late item on the ordinary meeting. Delegations to the CEO. Alyssa, thank you very much.
Mr Mayor, and good morning, councillors. This report seeks council's approval to delegate various powers to our Chief Executive Officer under the Nature Conservation Animals Regulation 2020. So we currently are guided by LGAQ. They provide a service in advising us what powers are updated, repealed, etc., that then triggers us reviewing that for our own internal purposes. And that review for April brought about this piece of legislation, which currently wasn't in our register, so they are new powers from our point of view. And it was identified that given the powers in that legislation and the activities we're looking at undertaking, we need to put those in place. So the report seeks council's approval of that. Happy to take any questions if there are any.
That seems pretty straightforward, Alyssa. That's one there that we need to do. Councillor Rutherford, light on question, please.
Yes, I did. I was reading in here the power to drop an area out of a designated flying fox zone was being delegated to the CEO as well. Am I correct?
Do you have a particular one of the sections there, Councillor Rutherford, that you're looking at specifically that you've seen?
Just trying to find it.
So sections 61 and 62 are the sections that predominantly relate to flying fox management.
No, there's section 371 to amend the urban flying fox management area map.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I would have to get more information from the officers that are across the actual mapping, Councillor Rutherford, to answer your query how that works in practice. So for putting together the report, we circulate it to the officers and they come back and say, well, this is what we believe we do and don't need to. Sorry, I'm struggling to see you.
Yes, I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
In carrying out their day-to-day duties. So I can definitely put that one on notice to give you some more information. I don't believe that's one we need in the immediate between now and the next meeting. So if you wanted to put the report through without that one, I don't believe it would cause any issues. If you're
Just through the CEO comment.
Yep, sorry, through the chair. Councillors, we will have to come back because this is only one section of the piece of legislation, so we'll do another report for later on. So, but I'm happy to remove that delegation of 371 until we get some more information.
Yeah.
No issue. So-
Councillor Rutherford, is there something specific that you need
Oh,
that
Mr Mayor,
or just-
I'd like more information because I think it's when you put either areas in to a designated mapping
Location.
thing or take it out. Now, either way, that has financial implications and it also has community implications, and I think we need to, have a say in that as well. So, but that's if that's what this is, and I just need more information on that.
Okay.
I think Councillor Smith had her hand up.
Oh,
too.
sorry, Councillor Smith.
Yeah, I think it might relate to Westwood and Cabra being added to the urban management area, if my memory serves me correctly, because they are actually classed as non-urban. I think that was added. I thought that was already done though.
Okay, look, I think there's a few unanswered questions in this one, so we might just remove that out of the current recommendation, and seek further clarification on that, as CEO has explained that they'll be coming back with further information on this one, another report. So I think it's prudent that we hold off on that until that time gets through and answer those questions.
Through the chair, if I can just jump in, I've just pulled the section up. So what that section actually is doing, it predominantly gives the local government the ability to apply to amend the urban flying fox management area. What we could do, we can either take it out or we could limit it that first it's to follow a council resolution out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll go from there. That might be an easy way. Ross?
I understand Karen Moody's on her way over now. She's in progress coming over to answer the question.
I think it'll be easy. We just wait and, like the CEO said, there's a further report coming back anyway, so we can have that included in that time. I don't think it'll make a great deal of difference until we get that information. Okay, Councillor, there's been an amendment to the recommendation, and that is that excluding section 371 of the delegation, pending we'll get that further information at a further meeting. Councillors, could I seek a mover and a seconder with regards to that, if there's no further questions through to Alyssa? Move Councillor Latcham, seconded Councillor Smith. Oh, Councillor
Sorry, Mr Mayor.
Wickerson.
Through, is section 372
yes.
also related to it? It's 371 and 372.
72, yes, thank you. I was just about to raise that.
Karen has arrived. We might...
Right.
Sorry, 372 would be different. That's to basically the information to the DG of a department. So it's about not saying anything, it's actually just provide information. So.
Go with that. Councillor, we might just go with that. Unless, Karen, have you got anything to enlighten us on that question? Or, Councillor Rutherford, did you want to pose a question again just about the 371, the map? Sorry, the...
Mr Mayor, thanks Karen for rushing here. I was just a little concerned about removing delegation from the council to the CEO on that one. I remember that we had to work fairly hard to put Cabra and Stanwell into that mapping, and it does have significant impacts financially and for our community. So can you elaborate on that point at all, why it should be delegated to the CEO?
So, through the chair, my understanding is that that would allow the decision to be made at a quicker level, because the CEO should be able to write the letter to the state to be able to ask for those areas to be added if we find other areas that currently aren't there.
Yeah.
So does that answer your question, Councillor? You'd be thinking in the reverse. You were thinking that it was not allowing that ability, or...?
Oh, I just think that the table had to push pretty hard to have those areas included previously. So I just
thought it was to do with the urban and the rural sections that there was a bit of an issue with having.
If I could, just a question to Karen. So, just an example: if we were to have another flying fox move into another urban area within our region, instead of coming back to the council table and getting that town included, it would come over to the Chief Executive to do that. Is that correct? No, I didn't think so.
So I thought it would, because we're delegating.
Yeah, I think you're probably right with that one.
So to amend the map. So, yeah?
Yeah, looking at it initially here, that definitely is how I would interpret it. Obviously, there's an act that sits above the regulation that to look at the process properly, we're on the fly, but definitely looking at that section here on the spot, that's how I interpret it's intended.
Yeah.
Exclude it and go through the process. I'm not.
Okay, we might just leave it at with that amendment to the recommendation that we seek further clarification on that and come back at a subsequent meeting. Okay, councillors, move Councillor Latchin. Do we have a seconder? Seconded Councillor Kirkland. Put that. Those in favour? Against? Carried. Thanks, councillors. Oh, sorry. Didn't second it. No, hang on, there's been clarification. It just had a tick in the box, councillor. I didn't. It might have been from the previous one, but it had it on there. That's where I was going off. No. Latchin and Mathers. So sorry about that, councillors. I'd taken the call. So I'll put that motion again. Those in favour? Those against? Do you want to record that, Councillor Kirkland? Fine. Okay. Thank you. Councillors, no notice of motions. Questions on notice? Don't have any questions on notice. Just urgent business. One I probably should have started at the start of the meeting about the Anzac Day. I'd just like to thank all the councillors for their efforts on Anzac Day, going far and wide across our region to service all of our dawn services and marches and events on over the weekend. Really great numbers coming through from the crowd and the organisers, everyone preparing it. Councillor Wickerson, your preparation for the march and organising the Anzac Day events, thanks very much for that. They went relatively smoothly, I believe. So, and it can be told by the numbers of the people that turned up on the day for the event. Most touching moment for myself was a little 3 or 4 year old girl up at the cenotaph going up to lay a wreath on behalf of one of the schools all by herself. She got up to the where you hang the wreath, and there wasn't much room up there at all. And the poor little thing, she had to move around a few times until she found a spot where she could hang the wreath. So it was really, really lovely, and it didn't deter her at all going up by herself or finding a spot to put that wreath. But she did a fantastic job and really set the tone for the morning. So. Councillor Wickerson, did you want to make further comment?
Yes, Mr Mayor, just to add to what you were saying, also to thank the staff, particularly Bev Marsden and her husband, who's one of the marshals for everything it seems, and also Tash, another employee, remembering that we were about 8 weeks behind when we got the green light to go ahead with this, so it's normally a rush anyway, but to start 8 weeks late and still pull it together, there was some frantic phone calls and I'm sure lots of hours worked, not on the record, so pass on my thanks on behalf of council to those officers who and also the other agencies, the RSLs and ASHOs, the Vietnam Vets, everyone else at emergency services, SES and police that all worked in record time to pull it together and make it very, very special. Yeah, no, well done, well done. Okay, councillors, if there are no further items, I'll declare the meeting closed. I know we have a workshop to keep us busy, but I'll close the official meeting and thank everyone for their attendance. Thank you.
Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Now that we've arrived here, I would not change a thing. Knew that we'd survive here and all the goodness we would bring. Of this I sing. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming.
Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Now that we've arrived here, I would not change a thing. Knew that we'd survive here and all the goodness we would bring. Of this I sing. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming in sunshine, everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the front line, ain't nobody left behind. Everybody swimming.
adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that